Hey there, team. Happy Thursday. Hopefully your week's going a little better than last week. I know it should be. We're not stuck indoors and there's no more ice and all the kids are back in school. And I don't know about you, but that tends to mean that arguing inside the house goes down just a little bit where I am. So I'm pretty happy about everything being back to normal. So this is going to be a market update. We can take a look at a few slides today for February 9th. So let's go ahead and jump on into it. Pull the slide up real quick here. So looking at weekly rates, the rates have really not been going a whole lot up and down lately at all. So when we look at just the baseline rate from FreddieMac.com, it did go up a little bit towards the end of the week because the Federal Reserve did raise their rates 0.25%. And also the jobs report came out. It was a little bit more negative than maybe the market expected. When the Fed raised the rates, it was okay because everyone thought they were going to raise them anyways. But the job report did cause just a little bit of a blip. But last Thursday when they published the rates, I think it was like 6.06, 6.09. So it hasn't had a lot of movement, and that kind of with the next slide you'll see a little bit more of that. So here's a 1 year look with the Freddie Mac rate. Obviously, back 1 year ago in February, we were still looking pretty good. Things had just kind of gone up and up and up until November. And then we started to see some downward trend there, along with inflation starting to look a little better. So, as it is right now, we've kind of been seeing a little bit more normalcy the last month or so. The Federal Reserve actually has come out and said, they feel like the market itself is too concerned about inflation. So they are not going to be actively moving the rate up and down in a quick manner because of inflation. They're taking a stance of they just want to kind of keep it static and normal unless something happens or they're forced to do something. So I wouldn't expect a whole lot of ups and downs. But I don't know about you, but stability after last year, I'm fine with stability. I obviously wanted to come down, but there's nothing wrong with not having jumps all over the place, right? So another thing I noticed, and this is, I know we're all in real estate, but when you look at a grander scheme of investing and how 2022 did for people, it was a really bad year in general. And, so when you look at stocks and bonds, a lot of people hold a certain percentage of stocks and a certain percentage of bonds. So, the general split of 60 to 40 is a pretty safe investment. You have 60% stocks, then you have 40% in bonds that are very much safe investments. Well, usually if one's doing good, the other one's kind of doing not so good, or they're balancing each other out a lot, right? In 2022, nothing was balancing anything out. So we actually had the third worst year recorded. Everything was down. So, when we're looking at 2023, and the way things are kind of melding out and starting to look a little better, hopefully we don't have, anything similar to that, and we can kind of recoup some of this. The other chart is the National Association of Home Buyers, and you can see their traffic and how, it's up and down. And right now at the end of this year, from 2021 into 2022, it's down a crazy amount. But they have noticed that last circle that we are seeing a little bit of a tick up. And I think everyone can feel it, right? There are more home buyers, or there's more interest all of a sudden. And so hopefully that's good. The only other thing to note is those blue lines are recessions, what they categorize as recessions. And if you'll notice, they always come at the end of a dip. And so what we're hoping is that we don't just run into what would be categorized as a recession. Some people kind of already feel we're in one, but it's kind of looming out there. So we'll see what this establishing the floor and coming back up does. But hopefully that is the floor, and at least it's some positive news that we just haven't had a lot of. And that's all the slides I have for right now. As always, I'm here on the weekend. My team's here on the weekend. If you guys have anything that pop up, you have any questions, if you have a buyer that just needs something, we're happy to help. So please reach out to us. We're here to support you. I know all of you realtors are out there working the weekend. And if I don't talk to you though, have a fabulous weekend, and hopefully next Thursday you'll join me again. I appreciate it. Have a good one.